Hi friends, it's Liz here. Thank you so much for joining me today. In today's video, I'm going to show you a flip through of my creative journal. This will be the months of September, October. And then I'm also going to show you some happy mail when I'm done with the flip through. I hope you join me. Many of you had asked to see the progress of this journal so far. And I thought I would come on and share it with you because I'm really loving using this journal. When I started this journal, I mentioned to you guys that this would be the first time I would be using a composition notebook for my journal. I had not used one before, and I have to tell you guys, I absolutely love this. Now, I think I picked this book up either at Dollarama here in Canada or one of the Dollar Trees that I happened to come by. I am not sure, but the one thing I know is that this was made in Vietnam, if that helps you in any way. I will try to find a similar one and link it below, but I'm sure you can find a composition book just about anywhere. I showed you at the beginning how I started to put the pages together. Really all I'm doing with this one is I am tearing out a page and then gluing pages together in between that. So that's what I've done so far. And I think it's just giving me enough room for the months that I'm going to be using it for. I might be able to get some dates in December, but I'm not sure. We'll see what happens in November. But for the start, so let's go back to the cover. I had not decided if I'm going to do anything else to the cover, but I did print out a sticker that says, "Let's get crafty," because that's exactly what I'm doing with this book. So I'll figure out what I'm doing with that cover, but I really love the flowers, you guys. So I did start with like a mood page for the month. Again, this is the first time I was doing this, and I think I'm really loving that idea of kind of setting the mood for the month, or what the month means to me. And so this is September, of course, and there was like the self-care that I was focusing on. I'm using a lot of my markers, my stickers, my papers. This journal is meant to use up as much of my favorite things as I can. I don't want to keep them like in their packages. I want to use them. And so that's the point of that. For the inside of the cover, I had really not figured out what I wanted to do. But then I decided I would just add a copy of this birthday card that my daughter painted for me. I think it's so important to, to kind of keep those moments in this type of journal. So I made a copy of it. Let me show you the original art that she made. And I remember she loves taking pictures when we're out and about if she sees something that kind of speaks to her. And one of the yards in the summer, we were kind of driving home, and out of everything in the yard, there was one single sunflower kind of in the middle of the yard. And she was like, wow, like it was kind of behind like a box, I think a utility box, and it was just popping right out. And she took a picture of it because it really kind of, I don't know, it just made her feel something. So I think that's where this came from, this paint that she did. She always writes a lovely message, you guys, for me in my cards. So anyways, I treasure the things that she makes for me. So I thought I would, put a copy of that on the cover because my birthday is in September, and so I always have something special from her on my birthday. So we did go to a symphony at the beginning of September, and then within a few days I got sick. I got COVID. Now, luckily I quarantined myself as soon as I felt the symptoms, and no one else in the house got sick. But I was sort of out of commission for a few days. So here's another tip for those of you that kind of hesitate when it comes to journaling, because I think the biggest thing with keeping up with a journal is you feel you have to put an entry either every day, or you have to have like a remember a date, right? So because of that, I thought, well, because I've skipped so many days because I was sick, I might as well just start documenting anything that's happening for that month. And if I happen to have a date, I will write the date down. But I took that pressure off myself to make sure that everything had a date on it, because I found that originally that was sort of stopping me from journaling, because I thought, oh, well, now I missed a date and I can't skip a day. And then it's just, I had all these rules for myself, and this was a while back. But I decided, you know, a long time ago that the way I love to journal is just to, at that moment, if I'm feeling inspiration by something or I want to jot something down, I will. And this really helps, just sticking to doing that in this month. And then, of course, when the month, you know, switches, then I can start again and continue the same thing. But there really is no pressure about dating it. Or having a dated entry, I should say. And again, I'm just using things that I have. This one was packaging from something I was eating, some produce stickers, some stickers from the washi tape shop. By the way, if I have supplies that you might like, if I show something, I do have links, affiliate links in the video description, as well as discount codes for you that the companies have been kind enough to send me. So I will link that below. Documented my birthday dinner, and you know, it's one of those things that sometimes you forget, at least I do, you know, what I had maybe a couple days ago for a meal. So it's kind of nice when it's a special moment to actually write down what everybody ate. And you know, it's a nice memory, at least for us anyways. We're all like about delicious food. I documented the giveaway for the Daphne's Planner for 2026. The winner for September was already announced, but I do have the November giveaway still available. So if you're watching this video in the month of November, you can still enter to win another Daphne's Diary Planner. I will have that video linked below. And as I always say, if you leave comments on the video that month that I have a giveaway, you'll have extra entries. Oh, so this was a sad day, and I did write that down. September 25th, we found out that the Postal Service was going on strike. Obviously, it was such a shock because it was from 1 minute to the next, and, you know, we weren't sure how long it was going to last. So I had to document that, of course. I was using some tissue paper, some boxes from tissues. I kind of tear them out when I like the pattern. And then quotes like this. I'll show you something else that I do that kind of makes it easy when I want to jot something down, and you know, I want something that inspires me. So I'll keep envelopes on my desk of things that either I was working on in that month or things that came in the mail that I might want to use in my journal. I throw them in here. And equally things like calendars that realtors send. I don't know if you guys get those, but we get those a lot. So it's like calendars, and then some of them come with all these different little quotes. So, you know, after the year is done, I'll put them all in an envelope and then have them ready for when I want to use them. So I have all these different little envelopes full of goodies that I might be using very soon in something else. I'll sort of clip things that I know I'll be using during that time. And so I'll just keep these together. Here's another little envelope with goodies. And this is, it's kind of like a little surprise that I put away for myself. And it really helps with my creative journaling afterwards. Again, these are the stickers that I was printing. This came from envelopes. And so I kind of like the design. And so I kept it for later. So, you know, magazine pictures. This happened to be a picture that looks exactly like our dog Archie, and so I decided to take that out of the magazine and pop it in there. A question for you guys, since I wrote this here because I'm always interested. If you listen to audiobooks, do you consider that reading a book? Leave a comment below and let me know. Okay, oh my gosh. See, this is why I love to document things. So our dog Archie had a bit of an accident in the month of October, or September, I should say, actually, because, yeah. So it was in September. He ended up pooping in the house at night 2 days in a row. And took him to the vet because this is not like him. He's almost 11 years old. And so the only time he ever did that was when he was learning you know, to do his business when he was a baby, or a puppy, I should say. But anyway, so this happened, and long story short, after visiting the vet said that he thought it was a behavioral issue, and did something happen that might have scared him or made him anxious, etc., etc. Trying to figure all this out. Sure enough, the next night, you know, we're going outside with him to see what's happening, and we find 4 of these little guys on the tree in the backyard. So we have trees in the front and the back of our house, and squirrels just love to, I don't know, they just use it as a playground. They go up, they go across, back and forth. But we happen to see 4 of these guys. And so we think that's what scared him, the raccoons. So then we had to start going out with him more, like to sort of be his support, because usually in the backyard he has a spot where he goes. But during this time this was happening. But it just so happened that within a day of this occurring, a skunk was also near the yard. So anyways, that was fixed. He's fine. He's doing his business outside. But we didn't realize, like, you know, that something could scare him so much that he would stop being able to do his business outside. And then we've got so many squirrels, like I mentioned, they kind of go back and forth. I think we have like a family of bunnies living under our deck. We see them often in the spring, and I think Archie has a lot to look at. But yeah, anyways, I had to document that because it was just one of those moments. Okay, so this was my October page. And then I just, you know, really, again, enjoyed going through the process of adding some of my favorite things. I think here I've got some stickers from Journal Say, and so I really wanted to use some of those because I was excited about it. I did write a little bit about my chronic pain. Many of you actually had mentioned, because I think I did this entry in a video with all of you. Many of you mentioned that you also suffer from chronic pain, and I am so sorry that you have to live with that as well. I think unless you know chronic pain, you really can't understand what it's like to have it. I have fibromyalgia and some other things that have come from it. But it's been, I've had a flare-up, I think, since my COVID started. And it's just been so long. It hasn't gone away. So anyways, I'm figuring that out. But I had to put that entry there because it's just been like just really, really something that's been happening right now for longer than usual. But this quote kind of is one of those things that made me laugh because it's exactly how I feel. The quote is that my brain says, let's do something exciting today. And my body says, don't listen to that fool. And that's really how I feel a lot of the time. I'll have a little burst of energy and think I can get so much done. And if I'm not pacing myself, I'll end up paying for it later. So, but again, I'm sure many of you know what I'm talking about. This page started with just the yellow and black packaging that I ripped out of a package. And so then I thought, well, now it's like a bright yellow, and you know, what do I do with it? And I happened to get some stickers. Our grocery store started giving stickers out. If you spend over $20, you got a set of free stickers. And so, well, I like stickers. These ones happen to go with the color. This was part of packaging from something that my kids like. And again, the little cat. And so this kind of was more, I wanted to put something down on paper. I didn't really have a lot to say. But I just thought gluing things down was just really going to help me that moment where I had a few minutes. I had gathered all the goodies and I thought, yes, that's what's going to happen here. And so that's what I did. And then on this side, again, I took some tissue boxes apart because I really like some of the patterns on them. We found out that the Postal Services was now going to go on a revolving strike. So that means that they are now back to work, but there's delays. They may or may not deliver to you that day or that week. They may or may not deliver for a while. We don't know, but at least we know that mail is kind of moving forward. And that's why the mail that I'm going to show you today, the happy mail that has come in, is probably all going to be like in one you know, all in one time that they kind of decided to share it all with me that same day. I've checked recently, and hopefully I'll have some more mail to share with you soon. Now, when it comes to the mail, thank you so much for those of you sending me mail. I really appreciate it. And as I did mention before in the giveaway video, if you have sent me mail that month, then I'll add extra entries for your giveaway entry, as well as a thank you for thinking of me and sending me a little something in the mail. Oh, this one was a big one too. Archie had his last grooming visit at PetSmart. He's having some issues with arthritis, and apparently he won't stand up during his grooming anymore. Like when they have to lift up his paw to do his nails, he can't stand, like his legs can't support him, and he wants to lie down, and they say like they can't groom him if he's lying down. So they told us they couldn't take him anymore, and so now we have to look for a new groomer. He's been going to a PetSmart forever, and now we can't take him there. So I didn't know that a company could, you know, could cancel your dog's grooming services because he's getting old and his poor little body can't support him. But anyways, that's a whole other story. Oh yes, baby shower. I'm gonna be on Auntie again. Either a niece or a nephew coming in December. So we had the baby shower. This was like one of the games that we played. I had to document this. I started kind of playing around with some doodling, which I really, really like. And one thing I want to tell you, like, use your favorite things in your journaling, you guys. Like, I love markers. I'm not like a watercolor person. I'm not like, you know, doing a lot of collaging and stuff. So I love my markers. I'm using my markers. I'm having so much fun. I love stickers. I'm using stickers. I look forward to using my journal, and it's been so fun to now go back on these pages with you guys and show you, you know, what I've done so far. I documented a little bit about the Blue Jays baseball. This was the first time in a long, long time that they made it to the World Series. It was so exciting. But anyways, I had to document that because it was all everybody could talk about for a little while. This one is just documenting that we're working on the ideas journal. So there's a video series, which I will link below if you don't know about it. And I've been making a journal with ideas that we could use for future things. And I love, love, love how it's coming out. So we've done a few pages already. I started my Christmas pages as well. So I'm kind of doing 2 journals at once because I can, because it's easy. And if you want to join us, you can join at any time and go back and add some of your pages. And I think it's just going to be such a fun way to make a journal, but also to have a journal that I can reference back when I need an idea for something else in the future. So I've got that there. And then I've got my little Halloween entry. I am not a scary Halloween person, so I really liked that with the grabby box, I was able to use some of the pieces to do a Halloween entry and not like a scary Halloween entry, which I really liked. And now I'm just going to show you a little peek of my November. I started my November. I'm so excited about it. I used some napkins as the background for this one. I had some magazine images as well. And then I did get some goodies from Journal Say Again. And so I started kind of adding that to the pages. Here I documented that in November, I'm doing the Daphne's Diary giveaway again for the planner for 2026. We did another birthday dinner that I wanted to keep track of. This was for my son. And yeah, just documented what I did, the videos that I really liked in October that I shared with you guys. And by the way, okay, so I have a playlist. Well, I have many playlists, but one of the playlists that I forgot to tell you guys about for a long time is called Good to Know. If I see something that I think is good to know, I will add it to that playlist. And recently I came across a video talking about the importance of checking your green books. Anything that was made, I guess, in the 1800s, it could have something on it that's dangerous for you to be touching or, you know, kind of handling. And so check that out, my friends, because I know all of us that are in our junk journal community, we love old books, and it's very important to know if you have a book that could be dangerous, to be kind of cutting up and that sort of thing. So check out that video. I think it's just so important. And as I said, I have other things in there that I think it's good to know. So I'll just keep adding to that as I find them. And I love this little, again, this little sticker that I made. This is with the items from Making and Creating. It's called Crafty Quotes. So I printed them, as I mentioned, on this printer, on this sticker paper, and I love how it says every scrap has a story. So anyways, I thought that was perfect for that entry. And this is canceled stamps that came in my most recent Happy Mail, which I'm going to show you next. I added some of the pieces from the packaging and something that came in there as well. And then I decided that going forward, I'm actually also going to be documenting who I received mail from that month, because it's always great to remember, right? You know, when you received it. And then here I'll add the date that I shared the video with you guys, which is today, of the mail that came in. And so then I'll be able to go back to my journal if I want to see, oh, when, you know, what date and what was it that Dee Dee sent me. I can go back and check it out. I mean, I know I'll remember, but you know, future wise, it might be nice to have that documented as well. So thank you, ladies. Thank you so much for sending me some Happy Mail. It was so great to get it. And as I mentioned before, if you have sent me mail, I will be adding your name for that month's giveaway, extra entries for you as well. So thank you so much for that. And then this last entry so far is about Idea 25, which is a song my son is playing on the piano. He just got it this month. He finished learning it in a couple of weeks, and I love that song. And so I thought I would document that he just finished, well, he likes to memorize it after he's learned it. So he just finished, you know, learning it, and I thought I would start documenting that as well, because I hadn't, you know, he's been playing piano for a while and I hadn't been documenting the songs that he really enjoys and that he's been learning, but this one was one of the ones that he plays often and I really like, so I decided to do that entry. So that's it, my friends. I hope you had some ideas. I hope this inspired you to just use anything you have. Like I said, this is just a composition notebook. Didn't have to make it. All I did, as I said, was tear a page in between two pages that I'm gluing together. That's all I'm doing. So tear a page out, glue two pages together. And so far, this is what it looks like. And I'm super excited about it. I'm not one that wants to cover every single page, but sometimes I do add like the occasional, you know, cover for it. I just love using my supplies. I want to keep using my supplies. And I want to keep enjoying my creative journaling without much pressure and just having fun with my goodies. So I hope that that you like this share. Let me know, leave a comment below, and now let me show you some of the goodies that were sent in the mail. Okay, the first package comes from Mona. Thank you so much, Mona, for thinking of me and for sending birthday mail. Now, as I mentioned to you guys, because of our postal services, everything was delayed. So of course we're getting things late, but it's like Christmas early because things are coming in now. So Mona made this cute little ATC, and she's got all her details on the back, which is such a lovely way of doing that. And then she added another little note card. So thank you so much. I even love the packaging. Now, I had kind of opened the package because I knew that it had been stapled on, but I'll show you at the end how this came together. I love the paper. Thank you so much. I'm certainly going to use that as well. And I love the bee theme. So she made me a little birthday card here. And if you kind of take a peek at my journal, I've already used this tape in one of my journal entries, this washi tape, because it was perfect when I was documenting like the birthday dinners that we went out on. So thank you so much for that. And I love to use goodies that you send me in the mail, you guys. I love using those in my journals. And now I'm really enjoying the way I'm documenting things that are coming in as well. So it's a little envelope, and this is the birthday card that she made. I'm just checking to see if there was anything else in it, but it's just a blank card, which is lovely. Oh my gosh, I love the layering. I love how you put this together, and this paper is gorgeous. Thank you so much. This is truly inspiring, and I would have never thought to use a nice little dangle and a charm on something. So what a lovely idea. Thank you, Mona. And anyone that has sent me mail, of course, for this month that I'm receiving it, I will be adding your name as extra entries in the giveaway as well. So I hope you know that. Okay, this next one comes from Dee Dee. Thank you so much, Dee Dee. I love the packaging for this as well, and I will certainly be able to reuse and repurpose everything that's here, because I love the way that this tissue paper has that lovely little design there as well. So thank you for that. It was really nicely wrapped. Okay, so look at this cute little flip book. I love the papers that you used for it. And I really like the way you added the washi tape samples to this tag. Such a cute idea. Now here we've got a little glassine envelope full of goodies. And I was trying to save this bow because I really like it, but I wasn't able to do it. And she included these cute stickers that are birthday related. So I think I'll definitely save these for the next birthday get together, because they will be so perfect for that actually. And it made me realize, I guess I should look for birthday style stickers, because I do use those often. Oh, I like this cute little piece of ephemera with the little teacup there. Here's a little note that she wrote. Adorable. Oh my gosh, you guys, look how adorable this was. So she wrote me a little note here. Thank you so much for that. What a cute little card. Oh my gosh, it's such tiny little everything. And then we've got another section here where these are like sticky notes or post-it notes. And these are also great to use in your journals, you guys. So I'll definitely be using these in a future entry for sure. And then this flips down, and then we've got another little piece here. It says about smelling the flowers. Take time to smell the flowers. So I think it's such a cute little image that she found. And then we've got some more ephemera, which would be perfect to add to a journal entry. I really love this little flip book. It's one of my favorite things to make actually for snail mail. And I love what you did with it. So thank you so much, Dee Dee. It was so, so nice to get this. And this one is from Mary Ann. Thank you so much, Mary Ann, for sending me some lovely birthday mail as well. She wrote a little note here, which is super adorable. Thank you so much for that. And then she made me these two cards, which are really, really cute. I like the way you use the pattern in the back of the ice creams there. And it's all again blank, which is really nice, so thank you for that. And look at this cute little penguin, you guys. Oh my gosh, I love penguins. So this is so adorable. And I love the texture of the paper, and it's got celebrations. So thank you so much for taking the time of making things, but also sending them to me. I really, really appreciate it. And then the last one here, the last items here are from Debbie. Thank you so much, Debbie. And I am sorry that the Postal Service has messed up your envelope. As you can see, this is how I received it, which is so sad, but I still got to use some pieces of it. I don't know if you saw that in my journal entry. So I like that you packaged it in a bag as well, because I think it may have been damaged maybe with water otherwise. So it's kind of nice. So thank you for this lovely card that I was holding upside down. And I like the little bits here that you sent that extra. I haven't seen this type of paper before, which is really nice. And I love the design of these of this little gift. So such a great card. I love the paper that you used. Thank you so, so much. And as I said before, everyone that has sent me mail, you will have additional entries for that month's giveaway. So thank you so much, and good luck to everybody. And I think I do have one more piece here from Debbie, which I don't know if it was sent at the same time as what I'm showing you as a birthday one, or I think it was sent actually a little bit before. I couldn't show you the envelope because it was also messed up, but she sent me this cute little fan that she made. So really, really cute. So thank you so much, Debbie, for thinking of me or for sending all this mail. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I hope you got some ideas out of my creative journal. Hope you got inspired by some of the happy mail. Don't forget to enter my giveaway. I will have that video linked below. Thanks so much for stopping by.